now it is time to get to the business at hand. Is for the third place side. Who is leaving with money and who is leaving with absolutely nothing? It is our third place matchup between Fight Night's Finest and Addict85. And look at the choices that we see here, Omni. Jorge Linares, who we seen been
I've
a
seen so
powerful
much.
puncher,
I'm not
going
impressed.
against Lee McGregor.
Yep, and I'm McGregor. Lee McGregor. He's going against that guy. And Addict85 is the one that picked him. So again, he's gonna have to take on Linares, and man, he just got knocked out cold.
You're
Honestly,
still thinking
Addict85
about
has
it.
had the longest. He just got straight up. You got knocked out, bro.
He
Like
just woke up.
it's
Let
so
him let him fight in this fight. Clear
I,
slate. That
you did.
knockout was
It's
crazy, but
seriously,
clean
it's
slate.
true. But
Clean
oh
slate.
man, that hurts. That hurts. And he's
Two.
definitely going to be emotionally affected by this. But the thing is, though, he's not alone. Fight Night's Finest was on the verge of being knocked out. Only got up on the 9 count
True.
after the final bell was done. So I mean, both these guys are coming into this fight here losing rather harsh. And the thing about even that is both of these guys have already fought each other. Fight Night's Finest has got the win. Addict85's got motivation because he wants that third place and he wants to get back his dub. And Fight Night's Finest obviously wants to show that there was a reason why he was the number 3 seed, and he wants to go away with hopes of becoming Undisputed's finest. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your third place matchup. Don't call it a consolation because this is the run back that both guys have been waiting for. Fight Night's Finest is on the left side in the red corner using Jorge Linares, while Addict85 on the right side using Lee McGregor. And right now, this is the third seed going against the fourth seed, so a very high touted matchup in this whole consolation prize fight. But so far, little bit of a disimpression. We know Addict85 was circling this on his calendar, circling his chance to get his run back. So what are you expecting from Addict85 to come to in this round? Are you expecting him to try to be a little bit more forceful, or just be a little bit patient and try to fill out the process a little bit more?
I think that Addict85 now, he just, you're fighting a different opponent, and the opponent you're fighting now is doing the exact same thing he's been doing to the last 2 guys. So if you've been watching the tape, you notice that Fight Night's Finest is looking to stay straight and land some good counters. He did land some there. So, I mean, it looks like they're both going to fight the exact same way they have in the last few fights, which is Addict85 is already in rhythm of being on the back foot. He was winning up to the point where Pride just started to take over and got him knocked out. So, I mean, his game plan's still there, it's still sound, and so is Fight Night's Finest. But we'll see who ends up adjusting first.
Yeah, and right now, Fight Night's Finest, he doesn't want to do a double whip and drain some of his stamina trying to go for powerful shots. But Addict85 going a little bit forward, but gauge the distance. He needs to watch out for the hook. And a body shot like that. Funny enough, coming from Fight Night's Finest after taking so many body shots in his last 2 matchups. But so far, he needs to be very careful of the blitzkrieg that could be coming from Addict85. Because you have to think, he is pissed about his last result, and now he's looking to put on a show in his second round.
And I mean, you would hope so. We all do. As fans, as commentators, we're all just enjoying this good boxing, this good gameplay. And as we start the second round, we're seeing once again Undisputed's Finest is he's standing straight and he's just like walking to me. And I think this is a part of a strategy to understand footwork. But Addict85 not falling for it, lands a lead body hook. And now what we're seeing is a patient style, and look at that, the 2 shots land to the body there. He might be taking a page of iGame to watch his book, the body shots there, and maybe we'll see him start again just landing more shots to the body, jabs to the head, and 2 to the body. Good stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Very great stuff indeed. And right now, Fight Night's Finest taking more of the center ring, just getting hit with so many shots straight to the head, to the body. It's not only that it's just one level. It's just a mixture of levels that's coming from Addict85, doing such a nice job of going inside out, working to his opponent's weaknesses a little bit. But Addict85, just launch it back, not even fully block it, but just launch it back, saying, if you're going to try to hit me, I'm going to counter you every single time. But right now, just going towards a little bit both in each other's faces. FightNightsFinest is trying to find a way to land the hooks, but Addict85 still has the right movement that he needs to be in this contest.
He does. Look at that left hand lands flush there from Addict85. And FightNightsFinest, I mean, this is just what we've been seeing. Another left hand lands from him. Undisputed's finest. This guy is trying his damnedest to get a rhythm going, and almost just got countered ridiculously, but didn't happen. And just a lot of jabs from Addict85, honestly. Just an absurdly large amount of jabs are coming from Addict85. Never can have too many jabs, but this is just a lot of lead hands.
Yeah, I mean, once you fall asleep with the jab, if you feel like it's just only going to be jab, it leads them to like branching paths with the uppercut, with the hooks possibly, or maybe a straight. You never know with the unpredictability, but we're going to be in the third round right here. Let's see if Addict85 will keep up the pressure with the powerful jabs, or will FightNightsFinest find a way to stay in the center of the ring or be more of an outside fighter, because he got hit with a right hook right there, and I don't feel like he wants to be mainly comfortable in that little bit of a range. Maybe he wants to play a little bit more outside now.
Maybe. Nice, but he is getting hit a lot. FightNightsFinest to the body. And I think the pattern seems to be Addict goes to the head and then goes to the body after.
Ooh. And another powerful jab counter coming from Addict85. And I just got word that if it's a draw again, we are not having a rematch. So this is the final match of the third place. No more draws or anything.
They both get
done.
There you go.
Going back into this matchup, you see just the jabs working so well, and that's what that's his bread and butter. That got him through the quarterfinals and had a chance in the semifinals. Now it's up to FightNightsFinest. Will he try to branch out a little bit more? Will he be able to take a jab and try to attack the body a little bit more? That's going to be an interesting equation as he goes ahead and finds the right striking ability to get the counters against Addict85. But FightNightsFinest, center of the ring, wants to do a little bit more damage, but just gauge it with the jabs. Trying to do turnabout fair play, but the hooks coming out nicely from Addict85.
They are. Another jab lands. He's firing that left hand. He's firing the left hand, and it's landing successfully. And it starts up top, and then it ends at the bottom. It up. And a power straight there. Very good from Addict85 that landed.
Oh, good body. Just a nice body shot with 20 seconds left. You see the combinations coming out nicely from Addict85, but FightNightsFinest trying to go for a double lunge towards his opponent, but not really fully getting the right extent to get a punish onto his opponent. Oh, but a nice try to get the uppercut. Man, that was UFC. That would have been a huge rock. But in the boxing ring, in that
85-98.
Yeah, yeah. So in the Communist prediction scores, FightNightsFinest 29-28. We've seen this song and dance before, but will FightNightsFinest find the right situation to capitalize and keep it happening through the next sort of rounds? Because it seems like the center rounds, he gets off to a really great start in the judges' scorecards, but in these middle rounds, it seems like his opponent adapts and finds a way to just take the rounds away from him.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's very solid. I mean, there's nothing much more to say about it. It's just, can you keep the momentum throughout the fight?
Yeah, and we'll have to see with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth round. Again, 12 rounds are on the docket for this consolation prize matchup in our ESFL Undisputed Grand Finale tournament. Addict85 on the right side, trying to find his way after a devastating loss against Prioxis, trying to get at least into the money in third place. Well, FightNightsFinest, after taking a big loss against the underdog in Uncle Talon, can he find his way to crawl himself back and get into a rightful spot, saying I was the top 3 of this regular season? We'll have to find out, but halfway through, so much of a stalemate filling out process that we're seeing here, Omni.
Oh yeah, man. It still feels that way, but I think that's just because of Undisputed's finest. This is how he makes his opponents fight. And if you learned anything from Uncle Talon, it's simply you need to get aggressive and start moving forward toward him. Because he stands still and he's just looking to try to strike you while his feet are planted. And that's why the fight looks the way it does. He circles into the center very efficiently, circled into the corner that time. Ooh. And now he ate a nasty counter jab, and he almost just landed a counter shot of his own as he was circling out of the range of the shots from Addict85, and more jabs coming from Addict.
Yeah, and hopefully he could be an addict to go to different punching combinations. But so far, at the end of that 4th round, we see the health of Addict85 be at 83 and his stamina at 97. So whatever he's doing with the jabs is working well. But how much do you rely on the jabs before you go into your other punches? Because you're set the jab. The jab is perfectly set up. But can you bounce off more? Just like that. You see the jab into a nice straight to a 1-2-1. That was perfectly executed from Addict85. The FightNightsFinest wants to get more of the body, but now he's getting to a bros. And Addict85 gets rocked. I was going to compliment him, but now FightNightsFinest is turning up the pressure. Maybe he overextended too much.
He did a really good job there. I mean, he ate some shots, but he landed that power straight, and that's what caused the initial rock. And now FightNightsFinest is pushing forward, and he is looking good. He's looking very sharp. And this is, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. He landed a good counter shot there. Good stuff. And he gets countered with the jab. Oh, that was fun.
Clean.
That's always fun. Rock'em sock'em.
Yeah, it was just like a nice sound too, like in this like gym, and you just hear nothing but the punches. It just sounds so nice. But what didn't sound nice, it was that little bit of deja vu for Addict85 as he hits with a vicious left hook counter. The power counter is working well for FightNightsFinest. But what can he do more? Can he add on to the more of the mystery of Addict85? But a good answer. Well, under 1 minute, and you just see the peppering, the perfect range for him to get those shots off. But so far, who is going to take another advantage? Who's going to take another strike? Jabs coming in, but that's the range there, Omni.
That is the range. That is the range. I mean, even though he's throwing out jabs, as you saw there, FightNightsFinest tried to do a sidestepping hook, and it missed. And then, honestly, what was crazy is that Addict also went for an uppercut at the same time. Another jab lands. Or jab. Straight punch.
Oh, again,
Nice.
landing with those hooks. Just like one out of instance, and then just take 2 pauses and then land another one in sequence, and then another one. These left hooks, these right hooks are landing for Addict85, and that's a smart way to end the 5th round right there as we're reaching the midpoint.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, go ahead.
Right. I said you're right. You're right.
Oh, I thought you had more to lean on
I have
there,
nothing more to add there.
No, it's totally fine. But going to the 6th round, the halfway point, Addict85 with his hooks, seeing that he's finding the openings now, open up his opponent a little bit more. FightNightsFinest needs to find his way to stay in the center ring, but also find openings, because right now he's becoming a punching bag to a lesser extent, or a lack of a better word. Addict85 is finding his ability to land these punches in succession now, and that's very scary.
That is scary. But reminder, he did get rocked last round. And that's something FightNightsFinest does remember. And I'm sure that he's going to be looking to do something just like that, landing a straight and find when his opponent's going to overthrow and then counter him with a strong power shot. So now what you have is Addict85. He is trying to get the range, right? He's trying to step in, and he is landing body shots like that, as you can see, and jabs. I mean, nice. Another lead hook attempted. It's really tough, right? Because when you see Undisputed's Finest fight, he really does make opponents not push forward and pressure, because he looks so much to plant his feet and throw. So if you get really close to him, he just starts firing against you. And that's why we're seeing the fight we're seeing. And Addict85 is about 2 steps away.
Yeah, and you see the power shot not fully getting the face of FightNightsFinest, but what I'm worried about from Addict now, he's getting some good punches, but is he overextending his combinations? Is he overextending and making himself whip? Because right now, halfway through his stamina, if FightNightsFinest finds the right strike, he will get another rock, because you're playing with fire if you're just not letting that stamina recuperate. And with 9 seconds left, we're going to go into the copy box prediction scores in round 7, so we'll have to see. Did Addict85 do a lot more to win these rounds, or will FightNightsFinest, with those punching sequences, take more of the lead?
Yeah, 68-88, and now
58-56. But we saw Addict85 winning that last round, so it was 3 rounds down, able to take 1 back. So still more into the fight, but the halfway point is done for this 3rd place matchup. Who is going to take the next 3 rounds? FightNightsFinest taking more of the center of the ring. Wants to bring his opponent in. Go ahead.
Addict85 is going to want to take the next 3 rounds, obviously. I mean, you want every round. But what does that mean? What did I do last round that got me the dub? And if I understand that, do that again. Do that again.
Yeah, but easier said than done, right? We
Yeah.
have seen so many people want to use their game plan, but then again, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Everything has to have a contingency plan when you go into tournaments, especially a marathon like this. Because I feel like when you're on an Undisputed card or even a UFC card, you always have that one fight. So you put all of your mental ability into that one fight. With this, they're going on their 3rd or heck, even 4th fight. So the mental stamina to keep yourself in these kind of fights has to be a true heart of a warrior going to this halfway mark of this 7th round. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, they've been playing for hours. We've had this going on since 3 o'clock or 4 hours deep. These guys, as much as we are as well, are running a little low on the stam. But that's all right. That's all right. And that's how this works. We're moving forward, and these guys now, they have to push through that mental exhaustion and start getting out of their normal rhythm. Start changing it up. Don't go by your habits. Go by what you think is right and be creative. And we're seeing so many jabs come from Addict85. I'd like to see a little bit more of the straight followed up by the body hooks. And I would like to see the same, something similar coming out of Fight Night's Finest. I think he's point fighting and it's working successfully. That was close and dangerous. The damage is definitely adding up here, and it's just not as flashy, but Fight Night's Finest is landing.
He is absolutely landing, but can he get another rock to solidify the damage that he's putting on against his opponent? Because Addict85, he's not going to stop. He's using every single bit of his stamina to get that last bit of punching power against his opponent. And going to this 8th round right here with 30 seconds already passed, you have to think Addict85 wants to go more headhunting, maybe attack the body a little bit more, but how do you fully set it up? How do you set up against someone who's playing so far outside, not even moving as much? I just realized he's just taking minor steps.
Simple steps. Yep. Yeah. And you know what? If you recognize that, which is really good that you do, Kingsley, that's exactly what you can do inside of UFC as well. And in most fight games, it's very minor steps, which is why you're seeing that, because he's not allowing himself to walk into anything. When you gotta move, you gotta move, but you don't always have to move. And it's scary to fight somebody that's so confident to just stand still. That means he's gonna throw shots when I'm coming in. That's nuts. That's a insane thought process that, oh, I gotta try to get in there. It's like it's somebody with a spear and they're looking at you like this, and you're trying to go around the spear. I mean, they're gonna stab you with the spear and hit you with a nice straight punch, so to speak.
You know, I thought you were going to go a little bit of a reference to 300, the movie 300 with all the Spartans in that one, like, little tunnel.
I practiced that as a kid with a broom.
The defensive, like, spear that they have, and that's what Fight Night's Finest is doing. Not really moving around as much, and also able to land the combinations as he wants. Bringing his opponent in, but Addict85 saying he will oblige, because we know how the end of that movie plays out, and he wants to make his story end in a perfect way where he's in the money, because Addict85, with 10 seconds left, wants to put a nice little bow on this round, possibly. Or are they just going to take it to the ninth? Gets the punches. Oh, but a nice counter straight landing from Addict85. And you have to think, even though he's losing a lot of health, still has enough stamina to put all the work in.
Yeah, we're coming into the 9th round now, and honestly, man, I'm really. I think the Compy Box is going to go for Fight Night's Finest, just because I think he's point fighting. I think he's doing good. Look at it. He's just standing straight. Me, I'm the kind of guy that if I'm Addict85, I'm moving forward. I'm going to move forward. I'm just not going to stop. I'm going to stay right next to your face. I'm going to do that. It might end up me having a lot of damage, but I promise you I'm going to land some good shots to your body. I'm going to land some good shots to your head as well. And I'm not going to take a step back to surrender.
And you can see that in his game plan. He is moving forward. He's moving towards his opponent, using all that stamina, land the hooks, not just relying on the jab now. And he's landing perfectly. And that's the sequence. That is the moment he wants. Uppercuts, hooks, landing from Addict85. Addict85 is feeling it now. Needs to watch out for the lunge. Because again, when it's like an Alex Pereira versus Izzy Adesanya matchup where you see him landing all these punches, but one fatal mistake leads you to a rock and a knockout. That's how he lost to Prioxis there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly right. And maybe he's a little timid off of that, but you have to do what Uncle Talent did against Fight Night's Finest here if you want to get that dub. Find openings while he's standing still and fire shots.
1 minute left in the 9th round. Next round, we get the CompuBox prediction score, the final one before we go into the finale of the best of 3. Who is going to take the 3rd place and the money in this contest? Addict85 trying to find his way back in, lunging towards his opponent, getting some strikes in, but FightNightsFinest staying still, trying to be a stone wall with a stone counter jab into the face of Addict85, and so far, trying to stay close, trying to goad his opponent in. Body shots landing from Addict85, charging forward, but not giving it a extent, trying to goad him into a strike, and both guys ending the round right there.
What do you think that CompuBox got, man?
I would say FightNightsFinest. I would say, but
It's
I'm
hard,
crazy.
right?
I've been around before. I made a mistake. And there it is,
Yeah.
87 to 84. Addict85
what he does.
needs to go through it. He needs to throw everything out on the wings. He needs to get a knockout.
Yeah, he needs a knockout. He needs to be uncomfortable, and he needs to stop doing this. This right here, if I can put my fingers like that and see the space between, and that's what it is, you need to break through that. You gotta get chest to chest right here. Get intimate with each other, as you like to say, or getting in the tub and get clean. And you gotta go through and splash the water, I guess. That's
Yeah.
what
Oh, hey, you bring the bathtub back in? Rub it down. I'm telling you, we're in the tub. Showers and all, bubble baths for everyone with the bubble of punches going after each opponent. And you see Addict85, so far, he wants to move a little bit forward, but it's just not working well. Just FightNightsFinest is doing such a nice job defending his body, defending his head, but dude, a little bit close with the hooks a little bit. But Addict85 couldn't really fully capitalize because his stamina was so low. Now it's going to be all about who can fight on the outside a little bit better. Will we see the full-on charge? Because you have nothing to lose right now. It's either you lose and you have no money, or you just go for a knockout and get some money.
Right, and if you believe in the CompuBot, then that means that you need to go if you're Addict85. And he gets caught there with a right hand coming from FightNightsFinest. But he cracked him with that check hook, and it was a counter check hook, and that's Addict85 landing a successful shot. Now we're seeing Addict85 has got him standing there, and he's feeling a little bit more comfortable within range. And look at that. He gets caught right there by a jab counter from FightNightsFinest. And now here is the real big question. Who's winning this round right now? And now we're seeing a jab, and we're seeing the hook come from Addict85. He's trying to utilize that lead hand as best as he can, but this is where he gets stuck, is when FightNightsFinest says it's not going to move. And now he's like, oh, okay, what do I do? Well, you move forward. And he got caught there with the lead left hand before the end, and they both tried to trade it, and here we go. Round 11, the pinnacle.
The penultimate round, you can see swelling both on the left side and right side for Lee McGregor, aka Addict85. Well, FightNightsFinest, I don't think there's mainly been a scratch on his fighter, but we'll have to see how this penultimate round goes. Because you have to think, Addict85, you can't keep it the same way. You need to make sure that you find a way to open up your opponent. Well, FightNightsFinest, he's perfectly fine of just doing what he needs to do, and
yeah,
we'll
perfectly fine standing there. Yeah, absolutely, perfectly fine with. Go ahead. I'm gonna point fight you. I'm just gonna hit you with that jab. I'm gonna hit you with the hook. I'm gonna hit you with the straight as you're trying to come in, and I'm gonna do it as you leave the pocket. But the thing is if I'm at 85, I'm gonna start getting more comfortable in that pocket. I'm gonna stand there. I'm gonna let some shots eat. I'm gonna let some shots hit my block, and I'm gonna get comfortable. Because honestly, the issue here, and that's beautiful. More of that. Do more of that. Good left hand there. And you can finish this fight. You can definitely catch up. You can do what Uncle Talent did and get knocked down and come toward the end. You just gotta fly.
What I'm really scared about is that we see the powerful striking that's coming from Addict85, but look at the stamina he's using. If FightNightsFinest finds a good way to land an uppercut, he might be able to get a flash knockout. I feel like that's what happened in his last fight. But
If
it's
he
just
does that,
you
it's
use
gonna be
so
crazy
much.
to see it twice.
It's gonna be crazy, and we're getting around that time where he actually could be in that situation because you put so much of the kitchen sink that you just crash and burn when you don't get it. And you see FightNightsFinest coming back with punches of his own, using the counters. And Addict wants to get in that good range, but that space that you were talking about, He's just stuck in there because he doesn't want to go fully into
It's
Fight
like
Night's
an
Finest.
illusionary wall. This man's got an illusionary wall in front of him. Get into its grill and fight him. That's when you're being most successful. Stop giving up space and start making it ugly. Move forward and stand there and trade. Be a man in the tub.
Be the man in the tub. Quoted, ship it, put it on a t-shirt, because one of these guys could pay $10 for that t-shirt, because both guys are going forward, and as we see, Fight Night's Finest into the body, and he will crumble down. Fight Night's Finest gets the first knockdown of the contest in the penultimate round, and it would be an easy get up for Addict85, but oh my goodness, the hill just got a little bit steeper, the mountaintop got a little bit higher, and now he needs addicting. Oh, and he's still rocked. He was still a little bit rocked. If he got hit again, that could have been tough, but he survives to go to the final round of these competitors in the tournament.
Now you need a knockout. Now you need to go out there and go for broke, because you know you're likely losing this fight if you don't. So don't leave any. Look at them. Look at the judge. He's like, look at his coach. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's what he's got to be thinking to himself. He's got to move forward, and if he wants to get this victory, go for broke, man, and start making it happen for yourself. You want to get third place in this. You don't want to get fourth. So make it happen. 12th and final round here. Fight Night's Finest, Addict85.
Just like in Rocky 5, you just have to go for it. And that's what Addict85 is going to try to do here in the final round of the third place matchup. Fight Night's Finest, staying like a brick wall, going to his opponent, and that's what he wants to do. He's going him in, and then he's going to take his strikes. He's like, okay, you want to hit me with all these hooks, and you're going to whiff. And you can see the head health was very damaged. You saw the triangle. Caution meter. Danger, Will Robinson. You're a little bit hurt. You can't take more of these punches, and you still have 145 left to go.
Yep, it's unfortunate because it was because he waited too long to get it to this point, and now he can't trade. And when he is walking into him, he's getting hit with power straights. It's actually what got him knocked out against Bryoxis in that crazy matchup between these two legends here. And now he's getting his head hurt because when he does try to actually push through, he's not able to trade anymore. And now we're seeing the difference. Fight Night's Finest now being okay with pushing forward and being hyper aggressive. He wants a knockout. He wants to be the guy to get Fight Night knockout of the night. I don't think that he will, because that flash knockout's amazing, but you never know. He wants it.
And here we go. We are at the 30-second mark. Addict85. He's trying to go for these power straights, not fully landing. Fight Night's Finest charging forward, being a little bit more of a distance fighter. Trying to go in, power shot landing from Addict85, trying to leave a stamp, saying I was here, I was able to fight, and both guys are leaving it at the judges. One more second, not able to get the knockout, and Fight Night's Finest will be at third place in the tournament.
Congratulations to Fight Night's Finest, and congratulations to Addict85. You made it this far, and everybody else who competed here. Third place, man. Awesome work. Fight Night's Finest came and showed up.
He came and showed up, and it was 115, 114 in favor. We saw the 12th round being won by Addict85, but just so much back and forth. Two judges, scored the 4th round in favor of Fight Night's Finest, and that proved to be the whole difference because it was so back and forth with all these contests. It was tough to get back so close to possibly a majority decision, but good stuff for both of these fighters. Addict85 put on the show throughout his whole tournament journey. And then also Fight Night's Finest again, third place for the #1 seed.